hoisting their first playoff game, trying to get their first playoff win since 1991. They're going up against Matt Stafford. We talk about the Lions all season long with hurdles, starting in week one against the Chiefs, against the defending champs. Can they go out and succeed against them? Are they legit? And then along the way, there was hurdles. Can they beat the Packers? They beat the Packers. Can they overcome the loss to the Ravens? They do. And then ultimately coming in, formulating into this game where they're facing off against their hero in Detroit in Matt Stafford, who was there for 12 years, was great for them. He goes to LA, wins a Super Bowl. They get Jared Goff, who the Rams basically discarded, threw him away like he was trash. And here we are now, culminating into a playoff victory for the Detroit Lions, overcoming another hurdle in the Detroit's journey to Super Bowl greatness.
Yeah, overcoming another hurdle in the journey to Detroit greatness. And this was a 3-point game in the spread. They're basically saying, we don't know who's going to win this game. We think it could be the Lions, but most of the media thought it was going to be the LA Rams. And it was a similar rationale. If only they could have applied this to the Green Bay Packers and Dallas Cowboys game, where all the pressure was going to be on the Cowboys. Well, all the pressure was on the Lions in this game. We did not expect the LA Rams to be there. No one in the media thought the Rams would be this good coming into the playoffs. So as far as them making the playoffs, that was success on its own. And then Matthew Stafford going back to Detroit. He doesn't have anything to prove in Detroit. He was there for so long, gave them his blood, his sweat, his tears over many broken bones, many injuries suffered in Detroit there. He went to LA and got his Super Bowl. So Matthew Stafford's like, hey, we have no beef with you, Sean McVay. There's no pressure on him to win this game. There was no pressure on the Rams to win this game. And teams were picking them because all eyes were on Detroit and all eyes were on Jared Goff. Well, Jared Goff in this game, when he wasn't being pressured, 21 of 21, absolutely dealing in this game. And Detroit came out on fire in the first half, and they could definitely see the intensity was there. This is their first home playoff game. However, this is a team where Jared Goff was traded because he was crumbling under pressure. They gave away a first-round pick to not have them on their team and just threw him away to Detroit. However, 21 for 21 when there was no pressure on him in this game. And then we saw Amon-Ra show up in this game. We saw the Lions show up in this game. We saw Dan Campbell getting his guys ready to go for this game. And then the Rams, my worry about them was Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. They were able to neutralize Cooper Kupp in this game. They were able to hold their offense down for the most part, except for Puka Nacua. He went off for a rookie record in a playoff debut, so he's pretty much shattered every record. If you're a receiver and want to shatter a record, go play with Matthew Stafford because he was making some incredible throws in this game, but all pressure on the Lions. It was 1 point, and they ended up getting it done. I was having a heart attack at the end of that game. I was like, not like this. Not to Matthew Stafford, not to Sean McVay, who looked like an absolute villain, just chilling there on the sideline, hoping Jared Goff would mess up. But Jared Goff didn't give them the turnover they were looking for, and the Lions were able to hold on just long enough to win this game. And it's showing how far they could come because we were really worried about Kyron Williams in this game, and the Lions were able to stop the run game there. And then every time in the first half, the Rams got to the red zone. They allowed 1 touchdown, but they forced them to settle for field goals, which ended up being enough for the Lions. And we picked the Lions in this game. I picked them to go to the Super Bowl. I think you picked the Niners, but they have the path to the conference championship. We picked them winning this week. We picked them all year long. We valued them, and they ended up rising to the occasion. And this was the game that if it's any year, it's this year for them. It's the Detroit Lions, not the Dallas Cowboys, especially if you've been watching them all year long. Anytime they faced adversity this season, they responded. Aiden Hutchinson showed up with 2 sacks in this game, who had a great play. Sam Laporta was able to play in this game. He had a catch, but he was just on the field, able to be a decoy, and just what a moment for Detroit. The fans hanging out there longer. You had Calvin Johnson there trying to break the curse. You had Eminem waiting to be put in the game, trying to break the curse. I don't think the Lions have won a playoff game since Eminem started making music, at least releasing studio albums, because that was in 91. I think Marshall Mathers LP1 came out in 99, 98, somewhere around there. So this is the first win under Eminem. And then all the pressure just goes away after this game because now all that tension just releases. And next game versus Tampa, they can just kind of go out there and play free.